teaching mathematics. In the previous 2 sessions, actually 3, we've been looking at data handling. We have looked at graphs like bar graph, histogram, as well as line graph. Today I've come with a circle graph. A circle graph is also known as a pie chart. And it should be noted that when you watch this lesson successfully, you will be able to answer work covered on pages 58 all the way to 62 of our term 2 workbook P6. So ensure you go to the said pages of 58 up to 62, you'll find this pie chart. As I was saying, a pie chart is also known as a circle graph. The pie chart is also known as a circle graph. Why is it called so? Because it displays the information in a circular form. So the information is displayed in a circular form. That's why it's called a circle graph. So today we are going to look at the drawn pie charts, and those you will be required to draw. So ensure you have got a protractor, a ruler and a pencil, together with a pair of compasses, which we use to draw the pie chart before anything is done. So we shall have to look at these examples which will help you answer all that work for the pages 58 all the way to 62 of our term 2 workbook. And the first example reads, the pie chart below shows 720 pupils in 3 streams of P3 at our school, Train Up International. Now, you are supposed to look at the pie chart and see how it has been brought. So there are 3 ways they can give the information in a pie chart. The sectors can be given degrees, like it is here. They can as well be given percentages, like we shall see in number 2. The information can also be displayed in fractions. When given in degrees, that's in angular form, you will find the unknown by adding all the sectors to 360 degrees. Why? Angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. You must note that before drawing a circle, you center your pair of compasses pointer somewhere that is stationarily without movement, and then go around that central point. So by going around, you are moving around the point, and angles around the point add up to 360 degrees. And now when displayed in percentage form, we shall have the unknown by adding all the sectors to 100%. Like I said before, percentages add up to 100%. That is the full percentage. And when displayed in fraction form, ensure you add all the sectors to 1 whole. That is 1 whole all round. So those are the 3 ways the information in the pie chart can be displayed. However, when we go to drawing a pie chart, when one is taught to draw a pie chart, like we shall see later, the information must only be displayed in angular form, that is in degrees, and then you proceed on to the drawing of the pie chart, like we shall see in this same lesson. So now that we have got the pie chart showing 720 pupils in the 3 streams of P3 at our school, Train Up International, now, so the information is displayed in degrees, That's the first study, meaning if I've got an unknown, we shall get it by adding all the sectors 360 degrees. And it should be noted that whenever you see this right angle, you think about 90 degrees. So I've got a 90 degree for P3 divine, then 150 degrees for P3 flare, and for the other P3S, we shall have that W, which is not known. So therefore, question A says, find the value of W in degrees. Find the value of W in degrees. Of course, it's already in degrees because of the degrees shown for both 90 and 150. And now, we start W plus 150 degrees plus this 90 degrees. Remember, this is 90 equals 360 degrees. And then you add 150 and 90 accurately. Here in this form, 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus 4 is 14, you put 1 plus 1 is 2, you get 240 degrees. You say W plus 240 degrees equals 360 degrees. W plus 240 degrees minus 240 degrees equals 360 degrees minus 240 degrees. Then side work or part of work, subtract 360 and 240. Here you get 0. Here 6 minus 4 you get 2. 3 minus 2 you get 1. Thereby getting W value in degrees as 120. So W equals 120 degrees. So ensure you add every sector on to make the 360 degree revolution. So that is it. As we look at part B says, how many pupils are in P3 flare? How many pupils are in P3 flare? That is P3F. So look at it. It has got an angle which is 150 degrees. This is just an angle, they are not pupils. You cannot count the children in degrees. Then how many children do you have in your stream and say 1 degree, 3 degrees? No. So these are just mere angles or sectors on the pie chart representing the pupils, just representing, but they are not pupils. So now put 150. 150 is part of the whole circle. The whole circle, an angle that we call it other 360 degrees. So, meaning being part of 360. So it means it is a fraction of 360 because a fraction means a part of a whole. So we say 150 out of the 360, then times the number of pupils, meaning you are expressing them in terms of pupils. You say 150 out of 360 times 720 pupils, and we start our calculations by 10 by 10. You have the zeros off. Then we look at 36 and 12. They can be divided by these 6. 36 divided by 6, you get a 6. 12, 72 divided by 6, you get 12. You get 12. Now we have 6 and 12. So 6 by 6 once, 12 by 6, you get 2. So you have 150 times 2, answer the pupils. 150 times 2, answer the pupils. Multiply 150 by 2, you get 300. So 300 pupils are in P3 flare. In P3 flare. Then question C says, how many more pupils are in P3 success than P3 divine? How many more pupils are in P3 success than P3 divine? That's P3S than P3D. Now, whenever you hear how many more, the element of subtraction must come in. How many more oranges did Betty get than Richard? Meaning, Betty has got more oranges and Richard has got less or fewer oranges. So they want to subtract. That is, if Betty got 10 and Richard got 7 oranges, then how many more oranges did Betty get than Richard? You get a 10 minus the 7, that's 3 more oranges. Likewise here. So how many more pupils are in P3S than P3D? So you get the pupils in P3S, get the number of pupils in P3D, and later subtract, get their difference. So we go to P3 success. It's the W, which value of the W of got us 120. So 720 out of 360 times 720 pupils. So 120 out of 360 times 720 pupils. You cancel by 10 by 10. Then we go by 66, by 612, then by 6 ones, by 6 2. 120 times 2, you will get 240 pupils that are in P3 success. The one about P3 divine, that's P3D here. So it has got 90 degrees here, they are not pupils yet. You say 90 out of 360 times 720 pupils to get the number of pupils in P3 divine. That's 90 out of 360 times 720 pupils. Cancel the same way by 10 by 10. 36 by 6 get 6. 72 by 6 get 12. 6 by 6 you will get 1. Cancel properly. You get 1. 12 by 6 you get 2. That is remaining with 90 times 2 and get 180 pupils that are P3 divine. Now that we have the number of pupils in P3 success as well as those in P3 divine, then you can answer how many more through subtraction. Get the difference, meaning subtract. That's 240 pupils minus 180 pupils. Subtract 0 minus 0 is 0. 4 minus 8 is only possible after borrowing 1 from 2, remain with 1 on top here, and then the 1 of 4 is called 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. Here 1 minus 1 is a 0, which 0 is not written because it doesn't lead in a whole number. So how many more pupils are P3 success than divine? 60 more pupils are in P3 success than P3 divine. In that way, you have answered. So that's how we deal with a drawn pie chart, and whose information is given in degrees. And now we look at when the information is displayed in percentage form. That is example number 2. And so does it read. The pie chart below shows the total number of eggs laid on the farm in a year. So some months are given properly. So they are laid in May, in February, March, and April. Now, the information has been displayed in percentage form, where March has got the hidden percentage in K, that's K percent, April 10%, May 30%, and February 30%. Then question A tells you to find the value of K. Of course, the value of K will not be in degrees now. It's going to be in the percentage symbol, percentage form. So find the value of K. You say K plus 30% plus 30% plus 10% equals 100%. Why 100%? Because the climax of percentages, all the various normal percentages, 100%. So we say K plus 30% plus 30% plus 10% equals 100%. Then you add 30 and 30 to get 60. 60 plus 10 you get 70%. So you get K plus 70% equals 100%. Then do that algebra. Since you have got a plus sign of addition, you introduce the minus sign of subtraction other side. You say K plus 70% minus 70% equals 100% minus 70%. Where 100 minus 70, you get 30. So the value of K is 30%. So note, when given percentage form, the unknowns got when you add all the sectors to 100%. And when degrees, please you add the given sectors to 360 degrees, like number 1 was. As we look at part B, what fraction of the laid eggs was produced in March? What fraction of the laid eggs was produced in March? Look at our March. It has got K% and which K is 30. So I've got 30% as the value of K, so 30% of the laid eggs were displayed in March. So they're asking for the fraction. Yes, remember I said percentages are fractions. So 30% as a fraction is 30 out of 100. As we see, 30 and 100 can further be reduced by 10. That's when you cancel those zeros, and I say whenever you cancel the zeros, you actually divide by 10. 30 divided by 10 you get 3, and 100 divided by 10 you get 10. So thereby remaining 3 out of 10, and that's the fraction of the laid eggs that were produced in March. So the answer 3 out of 10, nothing else. No one has asked for the number of eggs, they have asked for all the fraction. Then part C, work out the sector for May in degrees. Work out the sector for May in degrees. Go to May. May reflects 30% here. 30%. If that's true, then write 30% in terms of an angle or in degrees. Remember, angles at a point add up to 360 degrees. So by converting any fraction to degrees, we multiply it by 360 degrees. So that's why we look at May's fraction from percentage 30% at 30 out of 100, then times 360 degrees, and then start our cancellations. So cancel by 10 and by 10, and then by 10 by 10, we shall make 3 times 36. And then multiply here in our part of work or side work, you will multiply 36 by 3, where 3 times 6, you get 18, write 8, and regroup 1, write a 1 on top here, and say 3 times 3 is a 9 plus 1, you get 10. So 36 degrees times 3, you get 108 degrees. So the angle sector for May, in terms of degrees, is 108. So the answer is 180 degrees. And that's the way we convert any fraction to degrees. Get that fraction times 360 degrees, you will get the angle. As we go to part D reads, if the production of the eggs in total was 650, so was 65,000 eggs. How many eggs were produced in February? If the total production was 65,000 eggs for all the months shown, how many eggs were produced in February? So now, February, look at February. It also has 30%. With 30% can be written as 30 out of 100 in terms of fraction. So then multiplied by the number of eggs produced for all the displayed months. That's 30 out of 100 times 65,000 eggs. Then do the cancellation by 10 by 10. By 10 by 10, you are then remaining with 3 times 6,500. And now side work, we can have 65 times 3. Then remember our 2 zeros after the product is got here, where 3 times 5 is a 15, write 5 in group 1. Up here, let it always be up. Then we go, that is 3 times 6 get 18 plus 1 get 19. You get 195 when you multiply 65 by 3. Remember what our zeros kept here. Bring those 2 zeros, then you get 19,500 eggs that were produced in February. That's the way we find the number or the actual number of eggs produced using the percentage. Get that percentage for that particular month, multiplied by the total production of what the pie chart represents. Then If the production was 65,000 eggs, how many eggs were produced in May? You go to May, fortunately it's bringing the same 30%. You say 30 out of 100 times 65,000 eggs. Do the same, cancel by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Still, of course, 3 times 6,500 eggs. Multiply 65 times 3 or by 3 and get 195. Add on the 2 zeros and get 19,500 eggs that were also produced in May, which was similar in number like those that were produced in February. Why? Because they have got the same percentage as 30. So that is 30%. As we look at the last example, which is the practical one, which calls for use of those geometrical instruments. Use of those geometrical instruments. So ensure you have them. I said you must have a protractor, must have a ruler, a pair of compasses, as well as a pencil, and then use them like we are about to use them. So ensure you're there. Now the question reads, there are 5 bulls, 9 rabbits, 12 sheep, 6 cows, and 8 dogs on the farm of this Mr. Rushaija. So on Rushaija's farm, on Mr. Rushaija's farm, we have 5 bulls, 9 rabbits, 12 sheep, 6 goats, and 8 dogs. Now you are instructed to draw a pie chart to represent this given data. Draw a pie chart or a circle graph to represent the given information. Data is the same as information. Now, before anything is done, whenever you are asked to draw a circle graph, also known as a pie chart, ensure all the sectors are in degrees. Ask yourself where they are already in degrees. Are they already in degrees? No, they are just in single animals per sector. That's 5 bulls, 9 rabbits, 12 sheep, 6 cows, and 8 dogs. Now, what should we do? We convert every sector to degrees and ensure you have got a fraction each kind of animal does constitute. Each kind does constitute. Now we don't have the fraction for bulls, we don't have the fraction for rabbits, we don't have the fraction of sheep, we don't have that of cows, and neither do we have that of dogs. What do we do then? We ascertain for what is going to make a denominator by adding the number of animals on the farm. So that's why you say total number of animals. Total number of animals on the farm. Add them 5 plus 9 plus 12 plus 6 plus 8. Ensure I transfer them. And now I chose to pair them for easy addition. I added 5 and 9 and got 14. 12 and 6 I got 18, then 8 here. Then I added 14 and 18. That's why they are grouped, and I got 32. Later I added 8 to know we've got 40 animals on the farm. Now that we've got 40 animals on the farm, we can access the fraction each kind of animal here does constitute. So one fraction is constituted by bulls. That is 5 out of 40. Then the rabbits take 9 out of 40, sheep take 12 out of 40, and cows take 6 out of 40. Then dogs have got 8 out of 40. They are those fractions that I'm going to convert to degrees by multiplying each by 360 degrees. So we start with bulls. Bulls constitute 5 out of 40, so say 5 out of 40 times 360 degrees. Do the cancellation by 10 by 10, then by 4 ones, 36 by 4 get 9. where 5 times 9 get 45, answer in degrees there. Then we go to curves. When you look at curves, they make 6 out of 40. That is 6 out of 40 times 360 degrees. Cancel by 10 by 10. And now by 4 ones, by 4, 9. 6 times 9, you will get 54 degrees now. So that is the angle sector for curves. Then you go to rabbits. Remember the rabbits are 9 in number and they make 9 out of 40 as a fraction in the farm. So you say 9 out of 40 times 360 degrees, cancel by 10 by 10. By 4 ones, by 4, 9. 9 times 9 you get 81. Answer in degrees. Then we have the dogs that are 8. Get 8 out of 40 times 360 degrees. Cancel the same way as 10, 10. By 4 ones, by 4, 9. Where 8 times 9 you get 72. That's 72 degrees. Finally, we've got the sheep. And the sheep are 12. So you get 12 out of 40 times 360 degrees by 10 by 10. Cancel by 4 ones, cancel by 4, get 9. 12 times 9, you will get 108 degrees. Now, having done all that much, you must first add these degrees or these angles to see whether they make 360 degrees. Add 45 to 54, 81 to that 72 degrees as well as 108 degrees and see whether they make 360. They must not be less by an angle or more by an angle. So don't get 359 and say I was also close. No, it's not about closeness. We are after having the actual 360 degrees. Don't get 361 and say I was almost. No, we want you add this. So add this. If you don't make 360, don't proceed to drawing a pie chart. But now mine was tested already. Please, I saw already that is 360 degrees when added. So you check. Please write about check, add them, and see whether they make 360 degrees. And then you proceed. If not, you don't proceed, just know there's an error somewhere. Maybe at the total, maybe at the degree or cancellation. So you will see you have a mistake and then rectify it before you continue. And now they say draw a pie chart to represent that data using a radius of 3.5 centimeters. That's when you go to your ruler. Go to your ruler like I taught you in geometry. So go to your ruler and measure the 3.5 centimeters properly. Put a 0 on centimeter scale, go to 3.5. Then you will draw a circle. You will draw that circle using that radius, using your using your pair of compasses and a pencil. The pencil must be sharp and ensure you have measured the 3.5 like I said, and then write 3.5 centimeters here. Write 3.5 centimeters here properly, and then you do continue. Please measure 3.5 and draw that circle and show the radius. Show the radius and say truly, have I measured the 3.5 centimeters? Now, the task ahead of you is to measure those angles you calculated before anything here, actually using a protractor. We normally measure these angles clockwise. You go like the clock moves. That is clockwise. We go clockwise. The anti-clockwise can also do the needful, but the normal way is measuring using the clockwise movement. The first angle is 45 degrees. Have your protractor handled this way. Ensure you have this radius already at 3.5. Then get a black line. There's a black line drawn on your protractor, which is the base of your protractor. Mine is here. Yours would be like mine, which has got a hole. So the hole is here. I cover this radius with this black line. I bring the 90 line up to the center properly, like this. Then I ensure I've covered this black line with the radius, and then I've covered the radius with the black line, and then take a reading. We take a reading that starts from 0. So I've got 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Being that we're measuring 45, we count other black lines clockwise. So the other 5 black lines clockwise. So that is 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. You will see the fifth being longer than any other. Put a dot there. A dot, please. A single dot. Like that. And remove. Then get a ruler. So get a ruler. Your ruler may not look like mine, or may not be similar, but at least the shape will be the same. Please don't use a ruler like this one. This is for the board. Use the one brought and bought within the geometry set. So we use that ruler. Put your ruler against this point and against the central point, that's the nucleus, and then first test whether you can connect to that dot and this central position, and then indeed join. Please join once to the center, but from the wall of the circle circumference. So don't join through, let the point remain out there. It is there to help you just relate where 45 stopped. So show this angle as 45 degrees. That's the first angle, 45 degrees. And name the sector. That is for bulls. Write the bulls here. That is for bulls. So this is a sector for bulls. Write bulls. Now, that is the new radius. Get back our protractor. Go to the next angle now, 54 degrees. So, place the protractor in this style. This is the new radius. That is the base on which you are going to start from to measure the said angle, 54 degrees. Still ensure the 90 line goes directly to that connection, the central point, and then cover the new radius. Cover the new radius properly with the black line. Having covered properly, then you start reading up 54, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Count other 4 clockwise, 51, 52, 53, 54. Put a dot where the 54 degree stopped. So that is our point here. Put a point using that pencil, then get our ruler and then join accordingly. So that is join from the center, please, to the circumference. But in that line where the point is, try and see whether the connection between the center and that point is actual. So check, it works. Then I start from the circumference to the center of that circle. Remember the points remain out there. And now show the new angle you have measured as 54 degrees and name the sector. What curves here properly and then go. Write the word cows. So this is for cows. After cows, you then go to another angle, which is for rabbits, which is 81 degrees. So having this as the new radius, get our protractor and then based on that new radius now, ensure the line coming from 90 to connect to the base joins here, or is the one that is reflected at the center, and then ensure the black line is covering the new radius. Then you take a reading. You take a reading of 81 degrees. We start from 0, go clockwise. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, continue 70, 80. Then 81, you count another black line going like the clock does, just clockwise. Put a dot where 81 is detected. Just like that. And then you remove. Get our ruler, join, like I said. You first see whether you can join properly from the center to the given point, or the point you have drawn, and indeed you draw. So after drawing, you will name this angle 72 degrees, and then the sector, so it's not 72 but 81 degrees. So you put 81, the angle you have measured is the angle you name, that is 81. It's the one I've measured, not 72. 81 degrees is for rabbits. So I name it rabbits. So after those rabbits, we shall go to dogs. Dogs constitute 72 degrees. Get our protractor again. We base on this new radius. Ensure I place this way now, so that this 90 line goes up the center, where this original line, that's the base, connects to the 90 line. That's where you put at the center. Ensure you put at the center. Yours is transparent. Mine has got this hole for me to detect that. And now I've put it properly. Then I will take a reading. Ensure it doesn't move. It is stationary. It does not move in any way. So we are measuring 72 degrees. Start from 0, go clockwise. Remember, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Then other 2, 71, 72. So our 72 degrees are detected here. Now there is that point. Then I'll remove. Bring a ruler and then connect properly. Remember, we are drawing an accurate pie chart now. The other ones were not accurate at all. Now this is an accurate one. So put your ruler properly to ensure you connect to the center of your circle from the circumference. So put it properly and then check whether you can connect this to that. Not yet. Then do connect accurately. After that connection, you will be able to know that surely this is 72 degrees because of accuracy of your protractor. Then name the sector. The sector is named dogs. After the dogs, if you have measured accurately, I assure you that the remaining angle will be for the sheep, which is 108 degrees. So this is actually 108 degrees. The last one, you don't need to measure if the rest are all accurately measured. And now you write sheep, and that is the pie chart, also known as a circle graph. So when you're told to draw a pie chart, ensure all the sectors are converted to degrees first. Then use the required radius or the given radius to draw a circle, show that radius, then go on measuring using a protractor. Those are the calculated angles. Normally clockwise, you will be able to get a pie chart, which is also known as a circle graph. So that's all about circle graphs. Please, you will be able then to answer all activities for the said pages of 58 all the way to 62 of our workbook of term 2 P6. Thank you for watching. Continue doing so. I salute you for all the time you have given me. Please, I'm Teacher Katimbo Richard. For more information about the same or mathematics in general, do call this Teacher Katimbo Richard on 0776 251655 or 07572336066. Otherwise, that's the end of this lesson. Please take care of yourself.